Welcome back to Inspiration for an Elegant Week. Summer, the perfect time to indulge grand ideas, be inspired and imagine the possibilities. There's something about the long days that gives us extra space to dream about the things we've always wanted to do. Everything seems possible, and then, bam! Here we are, and it's the last day of August with that back to school feeling. And before we know it, those dreams and plans become sandcastles washed away by the tide, and frustration sets in. We all have something that we've always wanted to do but never have. I remember years ago sitting on the beach in Crete, dreaming of ways I could make a difference in the world. And then by the time I landed at Heathrow, the only fragments left were the obstacles. I don't have time. I don't have the money. I don't have the resources. So I didn't do anything. But take a look around. The world is full of people living their dreams at work, at play, in relationships. So how do they do it? What I've come to understand is that there's one thing, only one, that stands between us and the things we really want. And it all comes down to how we handle the voice in our heads that's only concerned with the obstacles and sounds like this. If I knew I'd succeed, I'd do it. But of course, there are no guarantees. We never know what's going to happen. And then we get stuck. We play it safe, stick with what we know, and sit tight. A friend of mine told me that many years ago, he was in the audience at the State Fair in Maryland, where a woman was delivering an enthusiastic and impassioned speech at a venue that could hold many, many people. But there were only 5 people. The situation was so dreary and embarrassing that he stayed to listen because he felt sorry for her. The woman? Oprah Winfrey. British musician Ed Sheeran tells a story of managing to scrape the money together to get to a gig, only to end up playing to an empty theatre. But he performed as if the house were packed and then made his way home with no money. These days, the Grammy Award winner can pack London's Wembley Stadium many times over. Comedian Tyler Perry staged his first musical in community theatres to lackluster audiences. Even his friends and family stopped going, and it was a financial disaster. But he spent the next 6 years rewriting it many, many times until it finally became a hit. Today, he has one of the most successful careers in Hollywood. For every success story, for every person actually doing what they always wanted to do, there's a leap of faith, and often many. That's what makes the difference between those who live their dreams and those who don't. It always seems so easy when we hear stories from successful people recalling what it was like before they got the break. Or from people who end up with the partner they want, despite the difficulties. We have this idea that somehow they must have known they'd make it. But no, they didn't. What they did have was the drive, the passion, and the desire. And no matter how bleak the circumstances, no matter how many disappointments, they had the faith to do it anyway. Bars, clubs and pubs are filled with Ed Sheerans following their dreams, doing what they love and showing up no matter what. I know a woman who used to make men's suits, but she always wanted to make a real difference in people's lives. She saved every penny she could, took a leap of faith and enrolled in class. Today, she's one of the finest occupational therapists I know, helping people in need to lead more independent lives. So what can help us make a leap of faith? The first thing is we need to give up the idea that we know what will happen. We never know what will happen. We have to be open to whatever comes. We never know what will come. Many things may go wrong. Many obstacles may get in the way. Rejection, failure, lack of support, and people thinking we're crazy. But it's how we deal with it that makes the difference. People who have the faith to know that everything happens for a reason and understand that obstacles are opportunities to learn, to think in a different way, and to become more resilient are the ones who change their lives for the better. We need to take the first steps with what we have and not wait for the right thing to turn up. It may never turn up. And the most important thing of all, when it comes to taking a leap of faith, we have to commit. We have to show up, no matter what, and no matter if everyone else is at the beach or off to a party. You know the expression, you have to be in it to win it. Well, it's true. Only when we put ourselves out there can we attract what we need. Once we've committed, all sorts of things will happen. Incidents, people, resources that we had no idea existed or were even possible. I have never seen anyone take a leap of faith that wasn't rewarded in some way that was positive. Thank you for watching. There are things out there waiting to help you, but you must be bold and spread those wings and make that jump. And no matter the obstacles, make this the week that you take a step towards turning your dreams into reality.